Meteorologist Joe Bastardi, your Gosalt weekly winter update, and winter is here. And we got this complex storm coming, one of the greatest pre-Christmas interior northeastern snowstorms that we've seen in many years since 2009. But there is going to be a change over in the big cities, Long Island, and some of the areas we're most concerned about. But it's still going to be a multiple plow event there. And once you get inland, a little bit. Just a tremendous storm on the way. This is today. We don't want to ignore that. Snow begins to regenerate out in the central plains. This is by midday Wednesday, and by midday Wednesday, it's starting to explode. And then you can see it explodes northeast. This is midday Thursday, 24-hour amounts. The storm totals look like this. Now let's hone in on the crucial area around New York City. The storm totals actually reach about a foot in New York toward Philadelphia. You see them trying to reach a foot on Long Island. Uh, but you notice where it's staying all snow, this is 2 to 3 feet. And so the way you get to that foot of snow in the I-95 corridor, if that much actually falls, you can see it's a sharp demarcation there. The way you get to that is by way of the front and then a changeover on the backside of it for a while. And the snow depth at the end of the storm, as you can see, is quite a bit different from what the total snow amounts actually are. Partly because it's going to blow and drift around up where it stays very cold to the northwest, and partly because it's going to get beaten down by rain out on the island and in the I-95 corridor, and trees and power lines could come down also. But this is a big ticket event. This is the kind of thing, if you looked at the winter forecast and you notice what I did um, with that winter forecast, I actually changed it a bit to uh, bring the normal snow into the I-95 corridor. The specific reason being there could be a couple like these this winter. Just because it's been 2 to 3 degrees above normal in New England and New York City, right, so far this December. But look what's going on, right? So there's similar situations going on. This was never going to be just, oh, it's hopeless and hapless, and no, it's not going to snow at all winter. It was a winter that when it's done, will probably average near normal snowfall. Although this gives us, suppose this storm didn't occur, right? I wouldn't be changing the forecast. So if it's normal the rest of the way out, plus you get, let's say the park gets 6.5 inches of snow. Everybody is worried about Central Park. That's more than normal for December. Okay, so it's an interesting situation. I didn't want anyone to give up. It flees off to the northeast on Friday, and then Saturday, pretty much a benign weekend, and here we are on Sunday. Now, the new NAM is in, and it shows about the same thing. Look at that. And it's very similar, by the way, to, let me see if I have this, to the March 1994 storm. And here's what fell in March of 94. And you can see that to the east there, the heaviest band was off to the northwest, March 3rd and 4th, not 93, 94, okay? Quite a bit of similarity to that. I don't know if anyone remembers that storm. I certainly do, because I was the other place I was working at. I was in a big fight with everybody there, and I might as well tell you the story. And we had 3 to 6 inches of snow forecasted, and I told the wrestling team and the gymnastics team, because I was associated with them, to get out of town because nothing's going to be moving the day you're supposed to. It was a Thursday, Friday storm. Friday is supposed to fly out of town. We had the Big Tens that year out at Iowa, and I used to take credit for saving the Big Tens that year because, anyway, I tell them to get out of town, so they move their flights up. Meanwhile, the athletic director hears about this. Hey, I get a phone call. I get a phone call, and the guys on the phone go sort of irate. What the heck are you talking about? Your own company's only saying this. I go, listen, I'm just telling these people, that I've been associated with on a personal level what I think is going to happen, right? And we got absolutely pounded back here, all right? But it changed the rain in the city after 6, 7 inches. And it's funny because there was a prominent meteorologist, and he's still working in the field in the government, okay, that I made a big bet with on a stake that it would snow more in State College than in New York City, and it did. And he claimed years later he never made the bet, and I've never talked to him since. It's an Italian thing. I'm telling you right now, you don't cross me. That's actually not a very nice, I'm supposed to be this big, spiritual guy. Yeah, what? I'm going to forgive him. All right. If we get 2.5 feet of snow back here at State College, I should forgive him. Just forget about it, okay? But my point to you is the corridor of heaviest snow is going to be back northwest. The corridors I'd look at are 81, 99, 84, rather than 95 is for the max. But the max, that let's say this was just a 6 to 12-inch storm in the I-95 corridor, that's wild enough, right? So look at it that way. That's it for now. Enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you got.